Namaste, everyone. Today I want to challenge a common misconception that the idea of the US annexing Greenland is some kind of meme, a joke, or a relic of Trump-era bombast. It's not. It's a serious geopolitical move that only a handful of people, Trump included, surely understand. And here's why. Russia and China, newly emboldened by 4 years of Biden's foreign policy, are increasingly setting their sights on the Arctic, particularly the Northwest Passage. Denmark, the official owner of Greenland, lacks both the military capability and, frankly, the will to defend it. If the US doesn't step in, Greenland won't remain a Danish territory for long. It'll become a battleground for global powers looking to reshape the world order. The Arctic is rapidly becoming one of the most contested regions on Earth. Climate change is making the ice recede, and for the first time in history, the fabled Northwest Passage, the shortcut from the Atlantic to the Pacific, could become a viable shipping route. This isn't just a curiosity for explorers, it's a multi-trillion-dollar economic shift that'll redefine global trade routes. Russia understands this better than anyone. That's why they've been pouring resources into Arctic militarization. They've reopened Soviet-era bases, stationed nuclear-capable bombers in the region, and they've even deployed icebreakers outfitted with missiles. Their goal? Absolute control over Arctic shipping lanes. China, while not an Arctic nation, is playing the long game. Under the guise of its Polar Silk Road strategy, it has declared itself a near-Arctic state and is investing in icebreakers, infrastructure projects, and scientific bases across the region. Don't let the peaceful language fool you. China's interest in the Arctic is about controlling trade and resources, just as is done in Africa, Central Asia, and the South China Sea. And then there's Denmark. Greenland is technically an autonomous territory of Denmark, but let's be real. Denmark lacks the military or economic power to secure the Arctic against superpowers like Russia and China. It doesn't have the military or economic power to secure the Arctic. Its defense budget is laughable compared to what's required to counter Russian and Chinese ambitions. So, if Denmark can't defend Greenland, who will? The only real answer is the United States. Trump recognized something that most people ignored. Greenland is not just a massive chunk of ice, it's a strategic linchpin. With its vast natural resources, air bases, and position between North America and Europe, controlling Greenland would allow the U.S. to secure the Arctic. By establishing a firm presence in Greenland, the U.S. could prevent Russia and China from dominating the region, protect the Northwest Passage. American control would ensure that this crucial future shipping route remains free and open, rather than becoming another South China Sea-style conflict zone. Expand U.S. military reach. Greenland's Thule air base is already a critical component of American missile defense. Annexation would allow the U.S. to expand its Arctic military capabilities, leverage Greenland's resources. Beneath Greenland's ice lies a treasure trove of rare earth minerals, vital for the global tech industry and currently dominated by China. U.S. control would secure access to these resources. When Trump suggested buying Greenland, the media laughed. World leaders rolled their eyes. Even Denmark responded with indignation. But what they ignored was that this wasn't some impulsive real estate deal. This was strategic foresight. The reality is that land acquisitions have always been part of great power politics. The U.S. purchased Alaska from Russia in 1867, an act that was also ridiculed at the time as Seward's folly. Today, it's seen as one of the most strategic moves in American history. Annexing Greenland would be the 21st century equivalent. What is going to happen if the U.S. does nothing? If America fails to act, the consequences are clear. Russia will continue to expand its Arctic military dominance, pushing NATO further into a defensive posture. China will slowly entrench itself in Greenland through economic deals and infrastructure projects, just as it has done in Africa and Latin America. The Northwest Passage will become a contested waterway, potentially leading to international conflicts over trade and military access. And Denmark, they'll continue to own Greenland in name only, while watching the real geopolitical players dictate its future. Annexing Greenland isn't about imperial ambition, it's about survival in a world where great powers are scrambling for control over the Arctic. Trump saw it. Russia and China see it. Denmark, whether it likes it or not, will soon be forced to acknowledge that it cannot hold onto Greenland forever. The real question is, will the U.S. act before it's too late? That's the real food for thought. And this is where I end my dissertation. Thank you for watching.